My name is Mark Dunlap. I'm with Leddy Boot and Saddlery here in the Fort Worth Stockyards, and I've been the general manager here for about 40 years. Leddy's has been in business since 1922, so we're celebrating our 100th year this year. We are known for our handmade boots and saddles, and this is the Fort Worth location where we make our saddles as well as all of the wonderful products that we carry. We make our handmade boots in our shop in San Angelo, Texas. Leddy's is known for really high quality products, so we hand make our boots, we hand make our saddles, as well as a lot of clothing, belts, and buckles that are generated through this shop that are all fully handmade. And we also get to create and design a lot of the products that we sell here in our stores, so that sets us apart from most of the other stores. All of our boots are made in our shop in San Angelo, Texas. Leddy is the brand that we build, and it's been known, it's the namesake of this company. And so we've been building boots there since 1936. We originated in Brady, Texas in 1922. So Leddy started this company in 1922, and his daughter married a gentleman by the name of Jim Franklin. His son, Wilson Franklin, currently owns the company, and his son, Jim Franklin, is involved in the company along with his sister, Jocelyn Bigness.
My name is Jim Franklin. I'm Leddy's great-grandson, so I'm the fourth generation here at the Leddy family. I'm working in the boot department and working very closely with our production in San Angelo where we make the boots. We truly are still a family-run business, and I would say one of the things that we're most proud of is that we really strive to not change that much, which is kind of contrary to what a lot of businesses are doing. But if you look at the way that we make our boots today, for the most part, it's the same as it was when my great-grandfather started it 100 years ago.
Mr. Leddy was a brilliant man to have even thought that far back as to where we would be today 100 years later. But the ledger books that we have here are 300-page books that have footprints in them. You know, we actually hand draw the feet, we make a tracing, we take measurements of the foot, and then all of the information that we use when we're fitting the customer for boots is in that book. That is their history with us. That ledger book tells everything that we need to know in order to be able to build a second pair, a third pair, a 10th pair. So that history is always there and it never goes away. I have people come in here from back in the 40s that want to see a footprint of their great-grandfather or whatever it might have been, and we can go back and find those images, those drawings in those books. And it's a really emotional moment for some of those guys because they might have been a 20-year-old at the time and they're 95 years old now and getting to see their foot drawing from World War II. 1941, we moved to this location here in the Fort Worth Stockyards from San Angelo. Being in the Fort Worth Stockyards creates a destination for people to come. We're the #1 destination in Texas. We get people from around the world. But more importantly, we get people from all 50 states, and those folks are here regularly, enjoying Billy Bob's and Leddy's and Cattleman Steakhouse and all the different venues that are in the area here. And so it's a great opportunity for us to showcase what we do. Our location in the Fort Worth Stockyards could not be better. We're on the corner of North Main and Exchange Avenue. We have about 10,000 square feet in this location, 3 different floors. So our lower floor is certainly the sales floor where all the boots and hats and clothing items are done. The second floor is offices and some storage, and the third floor is where we hand make all of our saddles. We have currently 2 saddle makers in the shop, one who has been in our shop for about 40 years, the other has only been with us a couple of years, but a very seasoned saddle maker himself. Each one make their own saddles, fully hand carved, fully handmade, just like we do in the boots. Everything is done by hand. It's nothing automated up there than a few sewing machines and a press to cut out smaller components, but everything else is hand cut from the very beginning of the saddle to the very end.
Yeah, my name's Randy Valenson. I'm a saddle maker for Leddy's, and I've been building saddles for almost 20 years. Everything is by hand. Average saddle takes anywhere from 40 to 50 hours. When you get into a tooled saddle like this, you can look at 120 hours to finish one saddle.
My name is Steve. I've been at Leddy's now for 40 years in July. It's something that you really have to like doing to stick with it, because it is a very challenging trade. There are just so many different techniques that you need to learn to do what we do, which is build a saddle from start to finish by yourself.
Project I'm working on now is a customer brought in a saddle that's been in the family for a long time, and the fenders were completely shot, and they wanted us to build a set of fenders to match the tooling that was on the old saddle. So I'm working on the tooling of the fenders right now, and then I will put them together, finish them, oil them, put them on the saddle.
The Leddy family, the Franklin family, have been good people to work for. They are very well aware of the tradition of the company and very intent on continuing that tradition.
We're known for really fine handmade saddles, and made here in Texas is a real important part of that. Former President of the United States, Mr. George W. Bush, ordered 6 saddles from us during his last 2 years in office to give as state gifts. He wanted something better than they were going to give him, and he wanted it made in Texas. And so he came to us, and we were very honored to get to build saddles for the president.
He'd be immensely proud, you know, that the business has survived and thrived for 100 years. I would like to think that he'd be proud of the way that we're making the boots.
We're going to stay true to what we do, what Mr. Leddy set up many, many years ago. The tradition of fully handmade, creating a product that's specific to that customer. It gets its own individual look and idea, and not done by some machine that just stamps out bunches of them at a time. We're doing one at a time. It takes a while to get them, but they're well worth waiting for.